Okay, I wanted to just quickly show you where things stand in the driveway garden. I got a lot of mess to still clean up. I bought those I never should have. I thought, I'm going to do a cold frame. No, these were in such terrible condition. I just want to get rid of them, and nobody wants to haul them off for me. This is toothache plant, and I think it's the flowers that you chew on that takes your toothache pain away. But it's very pretty, but I understand it really spreads, so I'm keeping it in a pot. This is the Sheffield mum that is a rare mum that I got from Sharon, who passed away last year. Was that just last year? Wow. She had given me stinging nettle, which didn't make it, but I bought this just in memory of her. I bought this in the spring. It exploded in this pot. And Gina told me to plant it in a pot because it'll get away from you in the garden. So I keep brushing up against it and instantly regret it. Rosemary, and there's pineapple sage doing very well in the ground. It will wilt like crazy if you don't keep it watered. So in the ground is the best way to go with pineapple sage. This is bee balm, and I was just reading yesterday that, you know, if you go ahead and deadhead it, you can get another bloom out of it, even though it looks not so great. I did that. Still got a few petunias down here. I got some red clover if I want to make tea. This is Sharon's garlic chives. It should start to bloom pretty soon. I've got the ones in ground over here are starting to bloom, and these over here, same thing. I've got them everywhere. These are great to plant at the base of your fruit trees, by the way. These are clusters. You'll have a big black seed in each one of these when these blooms are done, and then you can replant it. Hi, Spot. Yeah, I haven't even done the weeds over here at all. You see all the path is just total weeds. The anise hyssop is looking pretty bad. It will come back. I could go ahead and cut a bunch of that back and it would start to leaf out again. Look at my moringa. The pomegranate, I don't expect anything out of that because it's more of a bush. The lemongrass, which I got from Angie in South Carolina, is fantastic. This was one plant I kept in the garage. I took it out, split it, planted them side by side, and they just took off. So what do we got? The pathway's kind of blocked that way, so we can go up this way. This is aster. I've got some more aster in those two planters in there. Can't wait for that to bloom. That's a late bloomer, like me. And this is Shasta daisy or oxeye daisy. This is some kind of basil I bought. Can't remember where I got it. And I'm just leaving it for the pollinators. I like cardinal basil the best for the leaves. That's lemon balm. That's white vervain. That's just for the pollinators. Rosemary. More Sheffield mum in ground. Calendula, zinnias. Weeds, spurge, weeds. That's my lily. Once I get all this cleaned out, you'll be able to see all this stuff better. This is how far I got yesterday. So if you can imagine the path, well, I actually have pulled out a bunch of weeds over there. They're dead. But the path looked like this all the way down, and I got this all cleaned out yesterday. All the way down to here, this curve. I got to get that cleaned up. I cleaned up the lamb's ear and planted garlic chives in here. This is Joe Pye weed. This is blue mist flower, which is a weed, but I shifted it out of the way so I could plant that there. We're going to develop a little stepping thing to go down through here. And got to get these bricks sunk so that this sits on it level. This is the blue mist flower. That's a weed, but it's not invasive, and it does have a flower. I believe this is white vervain again. And I just planted the marigolds finally yesterday. More Joe Pye weed. And this is the dwarf crepe myrtle that we love. All those weeds have to go. Over there I've got butterfly bush. This is the orange scepter butterfly bush, which I got from Mountain Valley Growers. And it is sensational. And the hummingbirds love it. I just had one on it yesterday. Marigold, garlic chives. You know, deer don't like marigolds and garlic and onions and things, so that's why I put them right here. I don't know if that will deter them or not. Probably not. Blue spice basil, that's a volunteer. I've got all this boysenberry coming up. It's all over the place. It was planted here. This is the hydrangea that got eaten. It's still got protection. I want to increase the size of this protection. And coming over here, hey BJ, say hi. And then this mullein plant is still putting out flowers, which is just surprising to me. I want to come collect those. I've lost a lot on the ground there. We actually moved this. You talk about indestructible. This is Celosia spicata, and I planted that when it was just a little thing like that, and look, it's like 5 feet tall. And this was sitting over here yesterday, right about there, and I said, let's just move it over, and Randy says, don't you think it'll live? And I said, oh yeah. This thing was completely wilted last night, and look at it. That one was moved too, and it's just incredible. Boysenberry, and this is all milkweed, although I haven't seen a single monarch. This is blue anise sage, which is, I think, maybe the prettiest thing in my garden. And this is Joe Pye weed that's just about to stop blooming. So we curve on around here. This pathway back here, we're trying to keep it clear so we can get the tiller through here, just to kind of break a line from the crabgrass, you know, coming off of the yard. Okay, coming around here, here's the Dutchman's pipe vine. This is the host plant for the pipe vine swallowtail. Here are 2 fig trees. This is one. This one's doing better than this one. But I started both of these from cuttings that I got from Charles at Ivy Organic. In the spring, they give free fig cuttings with every order. So if you want to grow figs, they have lots of varieties too. Very cool. Here, it doesn't seem like figs are perennial. They die all the way back to the ground and come back from the roots, so I never get figs. These are all volunteer peppers. And I did see a couple of flowers. I'm very anxious to see what it is. I did grow my orange Thai chili here last year, although this leaf looks different, but I think it has to be orange Thai chili. This is the Peruvian chili that is so prolific. Look at these things. They start out yellow and then they make these little purple marks like that. You see? And then they wind up, if you don't pick them, they wind up being orange, almost like the orange Thai. But it's not the same pepper. Trust me. This is a gardenia that has gotten buried in weeds. And I did have a bloom on here, but I don't see it now. A bud, I mean. I was hoping it would bloom again. This is a tomato growing up through the cage that I have to protect the valerian, because the deer love the valerian. This is moringa, and that is not an annual. That will die back. I tried to save the root last year. I really made an effort, and it did not live. So now we're back over to the, well, let's see. Let's just go right here real quick. This is the maypop, which is the local native passion fruit vine. And it's so invasive. I just don't have any patience for it anymore. It's so invasive. I've got to cut back all of that Greek oregano. It's just insane. Oh, wow. I didn't even know this is sage, and I didn't even see it under here. Wow. Oh, that smells so good. And all of these zinnias are volunteer from last year. I didn't plant one, not one. Look at that. And down here I have hollyhock, which hasn't bloomed yet, but I just gave it fish emulsion yesterday because Jamie recommended that. She gave it to me. It bloomed last year and it was stunning. I featured it in a lot of morning inspiration posts. So I think we've got everything. This is white vervain. And I had 3 of these huge, they're blooming at the top. It's hard to see. They're so high up. Beautiful purple blooms. This is giant ironweed. And the 3rd one just fell over and I had to cut it. It was 12 feet tall. Okay, that's a very quick review. And I just deadheaded my coneflowers. And we're back with more rosemary. And this is the dwarf myrtle. And I'm very interested to see if it's going to bloom. It does bloom, and pollinators love it, they say, online. And this has to come in the winter because it's a Mediterranean plant. So if it doesn't bloom, I might not fool with it because I don't want all these plants in the garage this winter. All right, there's so much more here, but that's way long enough for one end of July update. I will show you the eggplants because they're so pretty. They're long, white, skinny. They're so pretty. I've never grown white. And of course, purple has more anthocyanins, but this was all the nursery had, and I said, I want to grow eggplant. And I'm going to grow it right by my back door so I can remember to keep the diatomaceous earth, which is, if you're not familiar, that's what this white powder is, because flea beetles turn these leaves into lace. If I don't put white powder on here, this will be like pinholes over the whole thing. The volunteer cherry tomato, which unfortunately I have not been harvesting, and they're all over the ground. And today I'm going to come and harvest, and I'm going to make some salsa. Yep. But I'm actually looking forward to this being gone. Oh, the 2 new plantings. This is the arbusto. I forgot the kind of arbusto it is. Arbusto shrub. And it's called the Wine and Roses Shrub Arbusto. Okay. This is a proven winner, so, they patent or whatever they're... But when I bought it, all the leaves were this color, which is what I wanted and love. And now they're getting light green, and I don't know if this is new growth and this is the older leaf. Probably. I just haven't been paying attention. And this is the American Beauty Berry bush. And then I moved my citrus over here. I thought this might look nice. I've got the Calamondin lime, the Kaffir lime, and the Meyer lemon. And once again, if they don't produce a single bit of fruit before November, they're going to take a little trip up there and stay there. Yeah. And that's the turmeric over there on my new patio. Doing very well. Just one quick look. This is getting stained next month. Here's my new patio. This is the memorial garden. And the Rose of Sharon are just stunning. I've got all these weeds to pull. I got the roses weeded, but that's as far as I've gotten. But look at these Rose of Sharon lining my little path here. I look out that window and it's just so pretty. So pretty. And that's the comfrey. Needs to be cut back again. So yeah, you've just seen about half of my gardens, actually. We can't do it all in one video.